Y'all, I'm going to start every single one of these segments with a round of applause. I want you to do it with me. Go ahead. Give yourself a round of applause. Don't worry about how it feels. Don't worry about if it's awkward. Do it right now. Come on, put your hands together like this. The reason why we start with the round of applause is because I want you to get used to the round of applause. You may not have done well in school. You may have flunked out a couple of classes, but there's a test that you've passed every single time. You've got a perfect score of overcoming 100% of your bad days. So I commend you for making it to this day. Now let's get after it. Today, we're going to watch a small segment from a recent speech I did at Upper Iowa University. Shout out to the Peacocks. Matter of fact, I'm going to go grab my hat and we can come back and we can rock out that way. But listen, get your notepad, get your pen, something to write with, something to write on. And I want you to take some notes from this quick segment from my speech to the awesome students at Upper Iowa University. I'm signing out, but I'll see you back in a minute. Here's the thing that I want you to understand while you're here and when you leave this awesome institution, you have to know who you are. It's not that profound. It ain't super deep. Swim up. You need to know who you are. Somebody asked me why. Say why. Why? You ain't say it loud enough. Say why. Why? I need you to know who you are, because when you know who you are, you know who you're not. We just took a sharp left turn right there, huh? I need you to know who you are, because when you know who you are, you know who you're not. And those who don't know who they are will settle for less. Those who don't know who they are will trade in their value. Those who don't know who they are will waste their potential on things that are fleeting. I need you to know who you are. I know sometimes people may make it seem, your classmates, your teammates may make it seem as though they got it all together. They don't. And nobody does. But what I need you to understand is having the foundation of knowing who you are. Because here's what I know about being on a college campus, being a college graduate, formerly working in higher ed. I understand the pressure of being an athlete. I understand the pressure of having to perform in the classroom. I understand I understand what it is to have pressure from at home. Somebody's got extra expectations of me. Like, I got to get a bucket. Like, I got to make mom and dad proud. Like, I got to make sure that they get a return on their investment. Here's the thing. Some of y'all are privileged to be here, and some of y'all have the privilege to be here. Some of y'all have the privilege to be here, and some of y'all are privileged to be here. Like, you know, it could have been differently. Now, I know y'all are in an environment with your teammates. I know you're in an environment where it's supposed to be fun. I want it to be that way. But I don't want it to be fun and you miss the point. I don't want you to just have a good time and not have a good life. I don't want you to just have a good time in your first semester or in your last semester or wherever you are on your college journey and not get what you're supposed to get out of this experience. I want you to have expectation every time you walk into a room. I want you to have expectation to get something out of every encounter that you have. But it begins with knowing who you are. What are your values? If you don't understand your values, you won't know if this decision is worth it. You won't know if this relationship is worth it. You won't know if this opportunity, this internship, this apprenticeship is worth it. So I need you to know your values. Everyone in this room should have one similar value, and that is academic excellence. I don't care where you came from. I don't care who didn't raise you. Everyone in this room, you're in an institution of higher learning, and your number one goal should be to excel academically. That should be your priority. At the end of the day, that's why we're here. Most of you guys are athletes. If you don't perform in the classroom, I promise you, no coach is going to choose their job over yours. I promise you they not. And listen, I'm not even trying to be degrading or anything like that. I'm telling you to have an expectation of yourself. You never let anyone hold you to a higher standard than you hold yourself. For some of you guys, you know how you're performing in the classroom. You know you may not be giving it your best effort. I want to challenge you to give it your best effort. I want to challenge you to dig a little bit deeper. I want to challenge you to give a little bit more. Because whether you know it or not, the time that you're spending here is quickly coming to an end. And that's when the real work begins. That's when the real responsibilities begin. Everything that you're doing for the next 4 years is practice. Everything that you're doing for the next 4 years is preparation. And if you don't prepare well, you can't perform well. If you don't have the foundation, you can't build the house. everything that you desire in and through your life, everything that you want to accomplish, this is the breeding ground for everything that you will become. So I need you to embrace the challenges as they come.
All right, y'all, I'm back. Did you learn something from that clip? I need you to know this, most importantly. It's so vital for you to know who you are so that you won't waste your value, so that you won't waste your time, so that you'll know if this opportunity is worth it. I need you to find out, and find out quickly, who you are so that you can become who you're supposed to be. So I'll leave you with this final question that we started with. Do you know who you are? In the next 7 days, here's what I want you to do. Get a piece of paper, get a pen, something to write with, something to write on, and I want you to write down what you want the next 5 to 10 years of your life to look like. Every area, every aspect, whether you're in high school, middle school, whether you're in college, whether you're first starting your career, I want you to envision who you are. Most importantly, who you're becoming. Because if you don't have a target, then where will your arrows of ambition be shot towards? If you don't have a GPS, how will you know which way to turn? See, it's so vital for you to know who you are because now you know who you're not. You won't waste your time. You won't waste your talents. You won't waste your money. You won't waste relationships. You'll know where to invest those things and you'll know where not to. It's too vital. This is the first step to building an amazing life. Like I said in the speech, y'all, I don't want you to have fun and miss the point. I don't want you to have a good time and not have a good life. So I want to encourage you. You can do amazing things. You can do great things, but it starts first with knowing who you are.
My name is Jordan Green-Ellis, and I'm your debt-free degree coach, but who I am is not nearly as important as what I'm about to say. This is Kamaya Tynes, one of the students that I've recently worked with, who is a college freshman and on her way to a degree without debt. She actually goes to one of the most expensive schools in her state. It's over $60,000 a year, and she's getting paid to go to school. Why? Because she had the right information. The question isn't whether or not you can pay the bill. So I don't want you to worry, parents, because I know you're thinking about how that premium price is going to get paid, y'all. Your kid has got a dream school and they got accepted into it, but you're wondering, man, what do I have to do to make sure that this bill is covered? Because I don't want my kid to ruin themselves financially. You and many others have this question, but you don't have the answer. The answer is in the information, y'all. You got to know how to get it done. Just like Kamaya and Antonio and Desiree and many other families that I work with just like yours, the how is in the information, y'all. So I want to encourage you to get the information. If you're wondering of how to foot the bill, if you're wondering if whether or not you're going to have to take drastic measures like my parents did, who actually took money from their retirement to put their baby boy through college and it still wasn't enough, I still had to borrow over $30,000 of student loans. If you're wondering how to avoid all drastic situations, then I want to encourage you to look no further and come get the answers to your questions at my upcoming boot camp, y'all. I'm going to give you all the information that I give to my families one-on-one in one day. I've come up with a formula. I've come up with a curriculum to be able to give you so that you don't have to depend on anyone else. One of the greatest pitfalls that I see in college preparation is that families think that they have time. Families think that the money's just going to pop up. Families think that the school they're getting ready to send their kid to is going to help them pay for it. And the truth is, y'all, they're not going to help you. I want to encourage you to get to my upcoming boot camp this month. It is the Degree with No Debt College Boot Camp. And I promise you, it'll be the best investment that you make this year. Why? Because you're going to get so much of a return on this investment. You're going to be like, I should have paid 20 times as much as I paid for it. There are two ways that you can join this boot camp. There's general admission, which is $50, and you'll be able to join this boot camp and get all the information that you need. And honestly, this would be good enough. But if you want to take it a step further, if you want to enhance your experience, I want to encourage you to join the VIP experience. The VIP experience comes with admission to the boot camp, as well as 2 of my books for free, as well as a scholarship list for free, as well as a private Q&A session for free. And the last bonus is absolutely crazy, but I'm going to do it anyway, y'all. You'll get a month free in my private community called Caps and Gowns University. And it's just basically like the boot camp on steroids, y'all. It's so much more information. It's a community of people that are learning and growing just like you on their way to a debt-free degree. So I want to encourage you to sign up so that you can get the right information. Yes, it's going to be a lot, but you'll have access to the replay for a limited time. You'll be able to have what you need, y'all. And if you have any other questions, please reach out to my team at cgu@jordangreenellis.com. I am signing out, y'all. But I'll see you at the boot camp.